We are live. This is everyone's a pundit episode 103, and this is the final episode of the season, man. It's been a mad season. We've got some smile. Oh, it seems like everyone's smiling. No, we haven't all got smiling faces. Not everybody's smiling on the final day, but it was very interesting, man. It's been a good season. So we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna discuss some of the highlights on the final day. Obviously, we had the title challenge between Man City and Liverpool. Final day clash, and definitely threw up some shocks and some surprises and some drama. And we had that at the other end of the table as well. Leeds and Burnley both going at it, playing different teams, going at it, final day. And then obviously we had the top four clash between Spurs and Arsenal, although that clash was done on Monday night when Arsenal lost to Newcastle. But yeah, big things. Pat is still there. I thought I would have a big grin from Pat because Tottenham are in the top four, but he's just calm at the moment. And Man United got Europa League.
Hey! Top six, baby.
They try not to. They try not to get
it. Top six and that. Oh gosh. Anyway, let's round through. Oh, in fact, actually, we got to introduce the guest first, man. You guys, let's start with London Leeds. Introduce yourself, please.
Yo, London Leeds. Catch me on Twitter, tweeting just pure Leeds stuff. Keeping it simple, mate. But definitely catch me on Twitter at London_Leeds.
Brilliant. And I know you're happy. You come with a nice new shining kit. For those of you that are not watching but are just listening, he's repping that Leeds top proudly.
It's the lucky lilac. That's what they call it.
I'm gonna be sick.
And Ish, can you introduce yourself, please? First one, Ish, thank you very much for coming on as well. London Leeds coming on this Monday evening.
Samps, your Wi-Fi is bugging a bit.
You do the intro, Pat.
Yeah. So you're cutting in that Ish, my guy.
Thanks
for coming on. Introduce yourself. Go through, bro. Go through.
Listen, it's good to be on again, guys. Good to be on. Obviously, big up you guys for getting past 100 as well. Big achievements. I've got a big up on that. Next 100 soon come as well. But yeah, you catch me on Twitter mainly. D-Generation Ish. That's one for the wrestling fans out there. And then Insta, the Equalizer with underscore at the end. And then that's where the captions are at. So you catch me there as well. Normally you got a bit more energy, but yeah, obviously after yesterday, Liverpool looked like we might do it at one point. Couldn't quite do it, but yeah, we move.
Wicked. And Turf Morehouse, my guy, like you're on. Thank you for coming through. I'll let you introduce yourself and then we'll get into it. But yeah, thanks for coming on again. Go through and let them know who you are, who you rep, and what you're saying.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm the only championship channel here. It's you can follow us at Turf Morehouse. I don't know what's happening with the channel just yet. I've had the missus asking all questions. What are you doing now? How are you going to go about it? I'm like, shit. How am I going to find people like Tuesday, Saturday to do match previews with and stuff like that? It's going to be mental schedule that we work and everything else. But yeah, as I say, I'll do my best for you guys out there. Not just Burnley stuff. I will obviously do some Championship, some Premier League stuff as well. Obviously, I'll miss it that much. I'm going to have to. But yeah, check us out at Turf Morehouse and everything but OnlyFans.
I'll just do that one. That's a good one. So.
Yeah. And then Sam, so you jumping in or shall I jump in or what are we doing?
Yeah. Can you not hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Sorry, my internet is bugging this evening, people. The internet knows that we usually do this on a Sunday, so it's trying to mess me up on this Monday, boy. But anyway, Pat, introduce yourself then, G.
Yeah, so what's happening, people? It's your boy, Patrick Tyrant, a.k.a. Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, it represents C for Champions League. Hey!
Yeah, he switched it up on them. Switched it up on them. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And sense people, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And this is everyone's A Pundit episode 103. Let's get into today's show. Rounding off on this week's games, Arsenal 5, Everton 1. Brentford 1, Leeds 2. That's why London Leeds is got that big smile on his face. Brighton 3, West Ham 1. West Ham threw that away. They were 1-0 up. Had Europa League in the palm of their hands, and they let it go. And Burnley 1, Newcastle 2. Man, we'll get into discussing that with Turf Moorhouse. Yeah, man, I feel for him. Chelsea 2, Watford 1. Nothing game really. Palace 1, Manchester United 0. Was always going to happen. Leicester 4, Southampton 1. And then we move on to the two big games there. Liverpool 3, Wolves 1. Liverpool had a nervy afternoon. They came out victorious on the day, but still lost on the day. Man City 3, Villa 2. And that was a mad thing. We'll discuss that as well when Daps comes through. And Norwich 0, Spurs 5, man. Spurs got into the Champions League and they finished off the campaign in style. And Son got a joint golden boot with Salah, which I think, if anyone deserved it, I think it was Son. Was it 23 goals, no penalties? You can't argue with that, boy. You know, but we're going to go over to yourself, Turf Moorhouse. Burnley 1, Newcastle 2. You've got to win your game, isn't it, man? Like, how was you on the last day of the season, man?
Yeah, just I think, to be honest with you, we looked at that Villa game. We played Villa 3 weeks before or 2 weeks before we played them, and we got our arses handed to us. You know, it might have been 3-1, but it could have been even more if it weren't for Nick Pope being in inspired form. So, you know, going into that Villa game, we're thinking, right, a point's not bad. Fingers crossed Newcastle are just going to be like, with the fact that there's Eddie Howe, Kieran Trippier, all these former Burnley links, thinking, go on, take it easy. Like, put Anton Deck in midfield or something. Take it easy on us. And, yeah, they clearly went out to get their best points total since 2012, and they accomplished that. And, yeah, it just wasn't our day. It's strange because it didn't look like we even fought in the game, to be honest. There was barely any fight from us. It's almost like since the penalty went in, heads dropped and that was it. And it's strange to see that because you see it firsthand. Everyone in the stands, they're all firing, like letting all the players know it's 1-1 at Brentford. It's 1-1, and then there's like Brentford down to 9 men and stuff like that, and you're just like, right. And then obviously we got one back. And there was a little glimmer of, could we get back into this? But as I say, it was just one of those things. I've always said last year there were 3 teams worse off than us, and this year we were just one of them 3, and we fell short of the final hurdle. And can I just say as well, people, Burnley fans especially, that are saying, "Oh, we should have kept Dash, should have kept us up." Bullshit, because we didn't have this drastic turnaround. Would we have had that if Dash was still there? No, we'd have still had players going, "Oh, well, this is bullshit. I'm not playing head tennis week in, week out again." So no, I wanna like squash that. But yeah, I never thought I'd see
just run out of steam.
Yeah, big time. We've punched above our weight. We've constantly punched above our weight, season in, season out. We've had the same squad since we were in the Championship when we went up at Charlton, apart from 3 or 4 players. If the blame's going to lie anywhere, it's going to lie at the fact that we haven't invested. And that goes to the former chairman before Alan Pace, Mark Garlick, who I've said many a time would give Sean Dash a tenner and expect a big shop at Waitrose. The guy's a stingy bastard and he wouldn't give him anything. So I'm hoping we're going to see different things from Alan Pace. Whether we do or not, obviously, there's going to be... obviously, we'll get the parachute payments for going down. But we've got a loan now that we need to pay up straight up and straight out. We can't, installments it. It would, if we stayed in the Prem, we wouldn't have had to pay it until 2026. But now that we've gone down, we have to pay. I think it's a bulk of 65 million up front. There's no way about it. And
oh, geez,
Wow.
it was part of the deal when they bought the club. So
shit.
we're going to lose some big players. Nick Pope's going to go. Tarky's off on a free anyway. Probably lose Cornet. He's got a release clause.
Wow, geez.
So yeah, it's going to be a complete revamp at Burnley. But you know what? I look at it positively and think maybe it's just what we need. I mean, you'll have known as well. London Leeds. When you were in League One and stuff, you did that rebuilding process, and it took time. But you've done it. Leicester have done it. Southampton have done it. That's the sort of motto or model that we've got to look at now and think rebuild, come back again. But I don't think it'll be next season. I think it'll be 1 or 2 seasons in the Championship before we come again, because it's, as we say, it's a tough league to play in, but it's an even harder league to get out of.
Yeah.
It was that emotional. Seps has had to stop. Seps had to stop. He's crying. It was so emotional. Sorry, mate.
Seps is back.
I was going to say, speaking of Quinn, he was doing a live stream on the weekend, Dan. How did that stream go?
The live stream was all good before kickoff, because I actually thought, Newcastle will do us a solid. They'll just not turn up, and they did. And people were saying in the comments, you've got some like giant balls for getting a Leeds fan on and doing this, that one of you is going to be sort of crying come end of it. And yeah, it seems by the end of it, I was eating my own balls and trying to stop myself from crying, but I didn't. I let it all out. I was in tears. The Leeds guy was celebrating. He's hugging his missus on camera at full time. He's even got his dad in the chat going, I told you not to worry. I'm sat there like, I want my mum. I want to go to this. So I was proper all out. Our white boy scared, put it that way. It was just, it was one of them things. And it is what it is, as the saying goes, isn't it? Que sera, sera, what will be. And we just fell short of the final hurdle. And congratulations to Leeds for not just everything, really. The whole Bielsa situation, the stuff of Jesse Marsh, the football changing, the stuff going on at higher level as well. And you've managed to stay up when, we all know about the second season syndrome, and you've managed to beat it. So fair play to you guys. And I just hope you go from strength to strength from here. No bitter feelings, mate. I'll tell you that now.
Nice one. Appreciate
You're top man. You're top man, Dan. So you think then it will be a couple of seasons at least in the Championship before you're able to bounce back? Is that what your thoughts are?
Yeah. The squad's too old. The squad's too old to cope with the demand of going from having 20 games. Well, say 20 games. 38 games a season. You're going to have a lot more games in the Championship. And as I say, they come thick and fast. You've not got enough recovery time. And with the players being in their early 30s now, you're like, right, shit, this is where you go from having 1 ice bath a week to 6 or 7. It's, the physicality is going to be so different. However, there is 2 pluses to this. No VAR and no bullshit refs. So I'm in a way, I've got to look at it in a positive light. And half of the teams in the Championship, Wigan, Blackburn, Preston, Blackpool, we've got quite a lot of derbies to look forward to next season.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one, man. It'll be an interesting one for you next season. Well done for being such a good sport, Dan. It was, upsetting to see it happen to you. But if it was to move over to London Leeds, you're a good guy as well, man. So I wouldn't have necessarily wanted it to happen to either one of you. Everton would have been the team that should have gone down, but
they was our pick. We wanted Everton to go down. Then none of you lot would have been suffering, man.
Yeah, man, would have been nice. But how you feeling? How was you feeling going into that final day? Was you nervous? Did you think that you would get the result that you needed? How are you feeling?
Do you know, it's a strange one, to be honest with you, because I was at peace with being relegated. I'd psyched myself up for it. So the morning comes, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever it is, going to take it on the chin. I just literally I tweeted about it. I'm at peace. Like, I'm comfortable, whatever happens. But as soon as the game kicked off, the palms are sweating. I'm just feeling under pressure, hot under the collar. Everything. I'm just there. I'm up on my toes, standing, trying to kick every ball. What's going? And then we had the first shot. I mean, Gelhardt scored a goal, but it's offside. At that point, I hadn't even checked the Newcastle score because those things happen simultaneously. I just thought, that's it. It's not going to happen for us today, mate. Obviously, see the Newcastle result. They go 1-0 up. And at that point, I started to believe. But the whole lead up to it, the change of football with Jesse, going from Bielsa ball, we just looked like at some points we couldn't even put 5 passes together. It was just extremely worrying. We were taking licks from everyone. The 3 games in a row that we had against Arsenal, City, and Chelsea, I was just hand in head. I knew, I just knew. I knew we're not going to come out with that with much, but we didn't look like we had anything. And then obviously Brighton result, the 1-1. I started thinking, okay, maybe we don't do well in London. Everyone knows that. If you look at the statistics, we don't do well in London at all.
But it was 1950 since you last won it against Brentford.
Yeah,
and yet we've not won. We've not won on the final day since we got promoted at Charlton in the Championship 6 years ago. So,
mate, it's stacked against us. But I don't know what it was. We played with a level of freedom in that game I've not seen in weeks. Like, we weren't fantastic. You need to understand, like, technically the players aren't where Jesse needs them to be. So there's going to be a lot of additions. That squad is full of runners. We also wanted workers and runners. Technically gifted wasn't what he was looking for, because his system, he believed in his system enough. If you follow his game plan with the runners and work rate, we'll get results. Now, Jesse's totally different. He needs technicians in to play his game. So you're going to see a lot of players coming in summer who are technically gifted, good on the ball, and can beat a man in 1v1 situations. That's what it's going to change. That's how we're going to look going forward. But I saw something different. The players I don't know what happened overnight. I don't know what Jesse said to them, but they played with a level of freedom. The passing was a bit more fluid. Rafa wasn't playing white ring back, what we had seen in a couple of games he was doing, and he was taking on his man, beat Harrison. Everyone just turned up. Phillips was spraying the ball, and it just all come together. I was shocked. Brentford didn't look great. Obviously, we self-destruct. We made errors, which allowed them to go through and goal 3 times. They had a few opportunities, but if you looked at the whole 90 minutes, it was an even game. And, you know, I didn't expect us to turn up there and get 3 points. I know they went down to 9 players, but I don't know what Canales was thinking when he took his shirt off. He was just thinking,
oh yeah, that was mental. So silly.
He lost his head. He absolutely lost his head. He was just thinking, I'm going to relegate Leeds. He was just so happy about it. Top comes off. He's waving it round, takes it in. 2 minutes later, I'm like, has this guy really done this? Has he honestly just done this? And then a guy gets injured just after that. I thought, wow, we're actually going to do it. But then we're just fumbling the ball around. We're not taking advantage of the 2 men. And eventually in the 94th, we get another goal. And that seals the deal. And listen, the word euphoria, I didn't understand it until yesterday, mate. I was cloud 9. I was everyone's friend. I'm WhatsApping people I haven't spoke to in years. I was on absolute cloud 9. Like and I'm still buzzing now. But you know, as he said, there's so much work to be done. This has been like resuscitation. This is an absolute lifeline for us. We made so many errors going forward. I mean, January we didn't pick up anyone. Summer was a disgraceful window. Dan James and Firpo, like I'm not gonna say too much on there, but both of them have got a lot of work to do to prove to the fans they're up to the level we need.
That's what I was going to ask you, London Leeds, is when you was talking about Jesse's going to need tacticians now and players of real quality. Does Dan James fit into? Do you think he will fit into this new team that you'll be?
Well, on the face of it, I'm gonna say he potentially could struggle, but they've invested so much they're gonna have to make it work. We're talking
How much was he?
25 to 30 mil, mate.
Jesus.
I know United had our pants down with that one, mate.
How much?
Hey, how did we do that, boy?
Boy,
Yeah, I think it was like 25 mil, innit? I thought it was, yeah.
United tax, boy. That's all I can say.
That's
United
mad.
tax.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But Bielsa wanted him for 2 years. He
Okay.
turned down a player called Noah Lang for Dan James. And if you know who Noah Lang is, he is a baller. Yeah.
Who does he play for? I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but he's a Dutch international. He is an absolute baller. When they played Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, he won man of the match. Proper baller. But he doesn't have the work rate. So they've gone for James. But where that stands is James has got a preseason. He's got to work hard to understand what is needed from him. I don't know. I think he potentially could be out of his depth, but at the same time, you know, we see what Jesse can do with him. I'm not going to write him off just yet. He would not be someone I would look at, but I'm not going to write him off. Firpo's got a lot to do as well because he just looks like.
Yeah, I'm not rating Firpo. Every time I've seen him play, he doesn't look good.
He's
sus, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as I said, we'll see what this board are going to do. The statement came out last night. It wasn't too much said by the owner, but he basically said we're going to put things right. So we'll see where we go. We've already been one deal's already pretty much done. The American kid called Brendan Aronson, who plays for Salzburg.
Okay.
Again, technician, played in the Champions League. We'll get that over the line, and then we go from there. So they've already said they're looking at the midfielder Aronson, a striker who's playing in the Premiership already. I don't know who that is. No one knows. Everyone's saying it could be Eddie, but I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, it could be Eddie, but I don't know. I can't think of anyone who it could be. So we'll have to wait and see, mate. And I believe we're looking at a right back. From what I can remember, I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. I'm expecting between 3 and 5 people coming in. Obviously, Rafinha, I believe, will go.
Yeah. You think, yeah?
Yeah.
Already agreed terms with was it Bayern?
Barcelona. Yeah. I believe he will go. I believe.
Don't he have 2 release clauses as well? There was one if he went down, and then there's one that apparently the big clubs can pay now that you've stayed up.
So, to my knowledge, there was only one, but you never know what's going on with these contracts. There was a relegation release call for 25 mil, which thank God we didn't go down because I believe everyone would have went in for him if it literally came to that. But supposedly, rumor has it there is no current release calls, but others are saying there's a 75 million pound release calls, and I do believe Leeds will get about 60 to 65 million which goes a long way, mate. We can get 3 quality signings in. You know, we're not a big side. We're not going to be doing the 40, 50 million plus signings. We're looking in a bracket of 15 to 30s. If we can get a few of those players in,
more Dan James is in, innit?
Nah. We can exploit leagues like Austria and Belgium, who have got sides in the Champions League who are playing at a high level. But obviously, the Premier League is the Premier League, mate. If you fish in those ponds, there's gems to be picked up. Absolute gems. Because what's that guy? Ozerman's come out of Belgium. He's a baller at Napoli. Do you know what? Trossard at Brighton. Little baller there, you know. Little baller. He's out of Belgium. So there's gems to be picked up. So hopefully Victor Orta gets his head on it and just gets us some signings in. But yesterday it's still a blur. I'm still buzzing, and we just need to head down, sort out this squad because it's so thin in some positions. So we need to sort that out big time.
And London Leeds, I was in a space with obviously Vicky, and a lot of the Leeds fans. They were really some are Jesse Marsh in, Jesse Marsh out, which sounds a bit crazy because it's so early. But now the dust has settled. Obviously, they were worried you could go down. Now you stayed up. Are you buying into him, or what's your thoughts on him so far?
All right, so I'm always going to back the manager. Yeah, I haven't seen enough of him at this point to write him off, but I can understand why the jury's out on him at the moment because football hasn't been of a caliber we've been used to. But we need to understand that Bielsa is a magician. What he did with that squad is fantastic, but we just need to understand the Premier League has the best managers in the world. They will find out your tactics and they will exploit it, and that's what happened to him. And there was no plan B. We all can see it before it is. I'm going to say Jesse. I always said, I tweeted it, give this guy 2 windows. And I'm not talking summer and a January, because January's just, forget that. That don't even count. You've got to give him 2 summer windows and see what he does. If he gets 2 summer windows and we're still not seeing any signs of progressing with the quality of football, then boy, he's out on his limb. I'm one of these guys. I will support you, but if I can't see anything changing, 12 games isn't enough for me. 12 games with the squad we've got, because you need to understand, you can go into teams and have a squad you can turn around because there's a certain level there. There's not that in Leeds. You've just got Rafinha and you've got Calvin Phillips. That's literally it. so
at least you're honest. At least you're honest.
No. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. We need to be honest right now. Yeah. There's a certain level in the Premier League here, and some of these guys are just not there. They've hit a ceiling, like they're top end championship players. But if we're talking mid-table Premier League side, they're not that, and that's what Leeds are trying to currently be. It's not even a disrespect for them. It's just where we're aiming. We're aiming high, and those players aren't going to take you there.
Do you think someone like a Calvin Phillips stays with you?
Well, do you know what? If my thing with Calvin Phillips, again, this is another one. If the money comes, mate. I can't begrudge him. Just don't sign for United. I tweeted it.
How much are we talking?
I personally believe. For me personally, at the moment, I personally believe if City came knocking on the door, he has to accept it. Fernandinho's walked out. Fernandinho's gone. They're looking for a DM. If they knock the door, Leeds can't deny him that opportunity, mate, and he can't turn that down. This is City we're talking about, yeah? So Aston Villa have been onto this guy for about 2.5 years now. They want him badly. He can't go there. For me, that's just a sideward step. Yes, they're a little bit. They're about 1.5 seasons ahead of us in terms of where they're currently at. They've got big financial backing. But listen, if you stay at Leeds and we have a good window, we can challenge Villa. We can 100% push them. So that's
United need the DM.
He won't go there. Mate, you know, hear what Rio came out and said about when he left United, and the chief of police from Leeds called him and said, mate, don't come back.
Is that what he did?
That rivalry is serious.
Like, this is that rivalry is serious. When the United thing was getting barred around, I sniggered and said, like, there's a difference. Like, everyone mentions Alan Smith. He supports Liverpool, bro. He don't support Leeds. So turning his back, he just doesn't. It wasn't a big thing. He could do it. And
Alan Smith supported Liverpool.
He supports Liverpool, bro.
And he comes to United.
Well, listen, this is what I'm trying to say. This guy's got no loyalty, so it doesn't even bother anyone. Like,
even the fact that Leeds.
Yeah, again though, look at Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher supported Everton as a kid and played Liverpool legend.
I know.
He's red now, though. He's proper red.
No, but listen, Calvin Phillips is doing it. Calvin Phillips, I'm 100% confident this guy would not sign for you.
I'm pretty certain. I saw something somewhere that said that he's already turned them down because he wouldn't go because of his family. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere.
You have, bro. He won't do like that's one thing you need to understand. The guy's got options.
Like, see, there you go. Someone's even said it in the chat. Philip already said he won't sign for United.
Yeah, mate, he won't sign for them. So that's for me. I'm like, I 100%. If he's gonna leave, I do believe if City need a DM and they believe he can do a job, he should take it. He's going there, but they've got to pay the 60+ for him, mate. Don't try. If we went down, they would have tried to give us a little 40. Now we're up.
Yeah.
60.
Here's one for you, then.
Here's one for you.
If Mark Noble's left West Ham, Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips were pretty solid for England in like the tournament and stuff. Would you still see that as a sideways move if he went somewhere like West Ham?
Well, no, West Ham are ahead of Aston Villa. But again, I'm talking. He needs to be thinking about the Champions League. Really?
Yeah.
How old is Calvin? About 25 now, right?
No, bro. He's 26, 27, mate.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's got to be thinking Champions League. Like realistically, he's got to be thinking Champions League. He can take a paycheck by going to West Ham or Villa, but I'm pretty sure Leeds will give him that money too. Now you've got the option of becoming a Mark Noble or club legend. If I would take that over joining Villa or West Ham, or you're gonna shoot for the stars and go to the Champions League, mate. Get the big.
He's good enough to be playing Champions League football, definitely. I would take him in a heartbeat. I know we're not linked to him. I know we're not looking at him, but I would take him in a heartbeat.
Wait, do you know who you are?
He'd be good for Spurs, you know.
Do you know who you are linked to from Leeds? Have you heard?
Who?
Harrison.
Are we?
Heard
no,
yeah,
I've not heard that. Wow.
Yeah, you guys are linked heavy. You guys wanted to convert him into a left wing back.
Yeah, he could bang on the left wing though.
I can hear that, you know.
He's quite techie. And coming from the academy, you can see it. Yeah, he's got that. He's got that in him.
Conte is onto him. He wants. He's got work rate, and
he does.
Gifted.
Conte he's got quality as well. He's got good end product. That's an interesting one. I didn't even know that, so that's a good look.
Spurs are quite good at doing that though, because they did that with Sessegnon, because he was more of a left winger, weren't he, at first, and then sort of changed him into a LWB.
Second half of the season, or like second half of the season, Sessegnon's been
he's come on and leaps and bounds. I still need to see more from him, but I do also
locked up Salah twice this season actually.
But that is, as you said, it's second half of the season.
I had to correct that one as well, because I think 19 games, it's been about 8 or 9 games.
From what I saw, he fouled Ashley Barnes in the build-up to Spurs' penalty, but that's just crossing hairs, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know what, Dan? I know you've got to go soon, so before you shoot off, what would you say? Any last thoughts on your Premier League season? Like, where do you think, if you could rewind any decision or any game or some point where you think it went wrong, what would you change as a fan looking back now?
John Moss, Mark Dean, and everyone should have retired 10 years ago. I'll start with that one. Get that one out of the way. VAR's corrupt.
No,
am I just penny pinching now? No, I to be fair, to be honest, I just think that we've drawn too many games this season. Drawn way too many games, and we had to start turning them into wins. Massive things have gone against us. Some things have gone for us, but we've just not been clinical enough in front of goal. End of the day, it's just as simple as. I don't think I'd change anything about what's happened. It is what it is, and you live and learn from your mistakes. It's just, as I say, it's been a good season in a sense, because to be honest, I thought we'd progress this year, because obviously last year there were no fans in stadiums. I thought fans being at Turf Moor, 12th man, bang, would be mid-table. But yeah, it is what it is. Off to the Championship. There's no point in sitting here crying. I've done that already. And yeah, I look forward to potentially being back in a couple of years' time.
We look forward to having you back, Dan. We look forward to having you back, man. However long it takes, we'll get you back.
True. Although I bet London Leeds, you're looking forward to hopefully Huddersfield coming up for a bit of a derby next season.
Forget Huddersfield, man. They got our old. I can't stand them. I'll openly say that. I can't stand them. They talk too much. They have got our old coach, one of Bielsa's number 2.
Yeah.
We're in it. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. But see the guys, the teams coming up from the Championship this year, bar Fulham, very weak. Championship is not what it was previously. I don't know if you've seen it. For Fulham to do what they did to that division, you know for a fact that it's not as strong as it used to be.
They slapped up everyone. Everyone held
it. Not even like Mitrovic goes and bags like 30 plus goals in a season, but yet he'll come up to the Premier League and he'll do F4.
He scored 63.
Yeah. He broke Tony's record, didn't it? He took the piss. He took the piss, bro. I swear he broke it with like 10 games to go as well. He had bare games left. He had like 1 goal to match it, and I was like, "This guy's actually going to clear that. He's going to clear the record."
That's what I said, Burn. If you guys use your parachute payments correctly, I know you've got this 64 mil you've got to pay back, but if you maneuver correctly, you've got a lot of players out of contract. There's a lot of players in the Championship, top Championship players who are running down contracts as well. If you maneuver correctly, I think you'll be all. I think you guys will be all right. You're going to have a slightly better budget than everyone else around there. Just pick off the premium.
You've got to look at Leicester now. You've had your great escape, winning the Premier League next season for you guys.
Pressure. No. You need to understand, we're just getting out of this Bielsa ball mode. It's going to take a while to actually get back to functioning like a normal side. He had everything tailored to how he wanted it. The youth set up, absolutely everything. Has to get undone and redone again. But hopefully these guys know what they're doing.
Nah, you'll be good. And good luck, everybody in Premier League for next season. As I say, obviously, I hope everybody's team does decent. Yeah, it's just a shame I won't be there to see it.
Yeah, no, Dan, you're always welcome back, man. Even though you'll be in the Championship, you're always welcome back to jump on, talk football. Let us know how you guys are doing there. You're more than welcome, man. You're part of the family now. We've loved having you on. You're a good guy. You're a funny guy, and you're a real guy as well. You talk how it is, and we love that, man.
No, cheers. Thanks very much for having me. And as I say, people, please do show your support to Sempson Park because they're fucking amazing. Sorry, nothing short of amazing what you do. So even if the Wi-Fi is dodgy, Semps is, at least it's just the Wi-Fi that's dodgy. The channel's quality. So, cheers for giving me a platform to chat football as well, guys.
Nah, love it.
It's our pleasure, Dan, man. It's our pleasure. Big up yourself.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Take care, man. See you soon, man. Take care.
See you soon, guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.
That is the legendary Dan from Turf Moor House, people, man. Big up, Dan. He's a real good guy, man. Let's move over to Ish, because I wanna see them tears. I ain't gonna lie, I wanna see them tears. It was a tough one, boy. So last day of the season, you're 1-0 down. What was going through your head, Ish? What was going through your head?
Let me just start by saying, obviously, it's the hope that kills you, as they're saying it. Like, I was chatting to my boy before the game, like one of my good friends. He's a Red as well, and he was just like, "Bro, it's not gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna do it. It's not on our hands. Like, let's just." Like, because me and him going to Paris as well next weekend. So he's like, let's look to Paris.
You lot are living
good.
There's
another final to look forward to.
Yeah, balling, isn't it?
He was just saying, look, listen, just look forward to that, innit? Like, this is just, whether we do what we need to do, City are probably going to do it. See me, yeah? I've not let go of this quad thing at all. I've said from the jump, until it's off, it's on. I'm just going with it, innit? I'm just going to go with it. See how it goes. And I just had a mad feeling on the last day of the season that we were just going to do something. Then to the game, Konate, who's been amazing for us this season, undefeated, and I think he's played like 27, 28 games, still hasn't tasted defeat yet.
Yeah, he looks good, man.
Goes and makes. Looked amazing. Look, I think people talking about Kulusevski and Diaz and that in terms of like January signings, but I think of like from the summer, he might have been one of the best signings this season, the way he's just slotted in.
Yeah, I actually forget about him. I forget that he's brand new.
It's like he's been here for time.
Yeah,
exactly. He's been here for time, man. Exactly. It's like he's been here for time. Still only 22 as well, which is like, I do give him a blight sometimes because I'm like, this kid's young, innit? He's doing things that 28, 29-year-olds still aren't able to do in terms of like consistency and that. But the mistake, that's a bad mistake, man. That's rule number one of defending. Don't get beneath the ball like that.
Yeah, don't.
Bro, man's looking up at the ball straight up. I'm like, bro, you're in trouble right now. Jimenez causing us all sorts of problems in that game. He was looking like old Jimenez pre the head injury. He was looking mad. And then Neto with the goal, a player who I've kind of been keen on for a while. And we have a little track record of players playing well against us, and we go and buy them afterwards. Obviously, Minamino, a couple other players as well. So listen, I was thinking maybe Rafinha as well, but I think because you men are staying up now, the price might be a bit out of FSG's out of their price bracket. So we might have to look elsewhere. But yeah, 1-0 down. I'm just thinking, boy, this is the worst way to lose the title. Like, because if City lost and we lost as well, or we didn't get a win, that's the worst way to go out. I wanted to go out. No, we've done everything we could have done. So that's 1-1. I'm thinking we're going to come back from this, but it would have been nice for us to put the pressure on City first, didn't it? Because we were never, in all the madness that happened in the game, we were never actually ahead in the title race. They were always ahead of us on goal difference, even when they were 2-0 down, because we weren't winning at the time. It was still 1-1. So I think little things like that kind of playing into my head a bit. And I'm thinking, if we got an early goal instead, would they have felt a bit like the pressure a bit differently? But it is what it is, man. Over 38 games, I can't really complain too much. Obviously, I was joking before about like Daps and that, but obviously when he comes on, you got to just congratulate the champs, in it. Like it's not a Champions League where you can kind of like you can flute your way to a victory or something. It's the league is the league. Like whether it's referee decisions or what, it kind of evens itself out over 38 games. So
my God,
that's just what it is, man. That's what it is. No one can complain. Like Dan obviously was saying earlier as well, gutted about going down. London Leeds saying obviously that Leeds kind of rode their luck a few times, but over 38 games, it's just
after 38 games, and that's what I was saying. It goes to my point when people were saying no one deserves fourth, and I was like, if Arsenal finished fourth after 38 games, you got to give them the credit. They deserve it. We did. Luckily, I say luckily, thankfully we did, but you can't begrudge a team on their position after 38 games, man. Like you said, Central's always said it. Everything evens itself out. The good, the bad, the luck, the ugly, whatever. After 38 games, the league doesn't lie, man. The league table doesn't lie after that long. But I don't think a lot of Liverpool fans are feeling a bit down in the dumps and dejected. I think you guys should hold your head high, man. You've done everything you could. You just fell short, but the quality's there. You went out in good fashion. Obviously, it was good for us guys watching, but you won 3-1 in the end, I believe. You did your job, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, the reason if City went and won that game 5-0, it would have just been a calm thing, innit? But the fact they went 2 goals down, it was looking at one point. I was like, big up saying I was we were doing a watch along. I was just like, bro, we actually might win this league. Like, I wasn't even really sure like how to react because there's just mad. Coutinho getting the second goal as well. I was just thinking,
it was written, innit? It was like it.
Coutinho, all the things I've been tweeting about at like all 2 o'clock in the morning for the last 6 months. That all just the foolishness. It was literally playing out in front of my eyes. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what to do. Like it was just mad. It was just mad. Then the worst thing of the whole bullshit situation is in 5 minutes it all fell apart, bro. Like the goals are just going in. Like I'm watching. I didn't have the City game and I can't watch that. I'm seeing on my screen on the Liverpool game, City score 1. I'm like, fuck. All right, cool. Just like compose yourself. City score again. By the time I got time to react to 1 goal, the next goal's gone in, bro. I'm just like, what is going on? And then I was just like, yo, when it was 3-2, I was just like, it's done, innit? It's just mad. Like, yeah. All I can say is again is that it's the hope that killed me because there was that little point where I was like, we're actually gonna do the mad thing, like. And I know if we won the league, the quad's happening. No matter which way we would.
The quad. That's what I was saying to someone is that if you lot had won, the quad was definitely. Now that you've lost,
it's 50-50 now. It's 50-50.
You could well. I think there was no way you was losing that if you had won the league. It would have been the quad, which I couldn't have taken that.
I would have been insufferable for a year, bro. I can't even lie to you. I'm not hearing any chat about anything in life. I'm just like, did your team win the quad? No. All right, cool.
Moving, but that means you're unbankable for the rest of the time.
Yeah. For football, it's good that we didn't win it.
It would have been too much.
We would have clocked the game, bro.
100%. If you guys have won that, I would have
clocked the game, bro.
It would have been too much.
Yeah. It would have been like, and now I know it's achievable, but to win a quad, even to win a treble, you have to have so much luck going your way, like so many little things. I think, for example, like if Van Dijk didn't get that injury in the FA Cup final, he would have started the game yesterday. The goal came from his side initially. I don't think he's making that mistake that Kanate made. We probably don't go goal down. It just things like that just kind of like. But like I said, over 38 games, you can't really. You'll go mad if you start.
Yeah, because look, you still won the game. You still won the game.
That's it. 3-1 in the end. It was quite comfortable. I know you had scary moments.
Yeah, obviously, I'm happy. Well, I'm annoyed that Alisson didn't get that clean sheet to get. I know he got joint Golden Glove, but he deserved to get it outright. I think he's been.
He's been a better keeper than Ederson. Definitely.
Yeah. Facts. And then obviously Salah got his little sweaty goal.
I know that annoyed me because I was like, "Fuck."
The way the goal trickled in, bro, I couldn't even celebrate at this point. I was just like, "This is just mad." Because they went. I think they'd done 3-2 by then. Was it?
Yeah.
They say 2-2 or 3-2. I was just like, "Yeah, I'm not even with this, bro. You were 10 goals clear, bro. Like, Son shouldn't be even touching your boots right now. You let you were clear, bro, and then you let him come back like that. So it's mad. But he got top assist as well. So yeah, bro, it's just on to Saturday now. That's
So,
it.
Ish, I wanted to ask you, because Pat was saying that you lot should hold your heads up high and everything, but like the reality is Pat's talking from a Spurs point of view, innit? They don't win too much, so
Stop that.
I'll let him. But the reality is that you're in the winning league business, yeah. Being the top team that Liverpool are now, you've fallen short to City for the last 2 seasons now. So
yeah,
like, where do you look go from here now in terms of like what squad additions? What do you think that you need to overcome? Because look, I don't like Liverpool, innit? It's a fact. Everybody knows this. But the reality is that you lot are there now where we was. But when we were there, we were dominating. You lot won the 1 league title, and you lot now need to go on and start to reclaim that and winning more league titles. You can't win the 1 league title, have City win a couple, and then who knows, next season Chelsea may come into the fold. You know what I mean? Tottenham may even come into the fold. What do you think that you lot need to do now to try and regain that title?
No, 100% hear what you're saying, bro. Like, I can't hear this Klopp Pep era if we've got 1 and they've got 4 or 5. Like, that's a joke thing, isn't it? So we need to win this Premier League title this next season for me to actually like have any sort of chest in this Pep Klopp conversation. That we need to come back with a title next year. And what I do kind of take hope from is the last time we lost the title by a point. Obviously, won the Champions League that season. Went on to win the league the following season after that. So it bodes well. But going back to what you're saying about what we need for next season, I think this season we saw just the sort of outcome of our midfield not being robust. Like, we let a player like Gino Wijnaldum go in the summer for nothing. All right, cool. I was kind of with that because I think it got to a point where man was 31. He was asking for like 4 or 5 year contract. I was kind of starting to see a little decline in them anyway. So I was like, cool, I'm happy just to keep that one moving. Great servant to the club. We kind of go from there. Didn't replace him. Went into the season with Thiago, who we know picks up injuries. I love the guy. Like, I watched him live play like 3-4 times a season, and like I've nearly shed tears. That's how beautiful this guy is to watch. Like, he's like a magician on the pitch. It's nuts. But we didn't get that kind of same robust midfielder that we lost in Genie. So I think this summer that's area 1 we need to address straight away. We need midfielders who can actually go the distance in this 38 game season. We've got Thiago breaking down 3-4 times. Naby Keita, all right, Faye's been fit this season, but he's been hella inconsistent. I've seen him drop like 1s, 2s out of 10s, like comfortably. But he's also scored like amazing goals as well. But we can't really rely on him. We need like midfielders who can get us a goal, who can actually be robust as well. And then the forward line, I think we're seeing that front 3 coming to sort of a crossroads now. We've seen Bobby pick up injuries this season. Salah's, the contract thing still rolling on. Mane now putting up crazy numbers second half of the season. But now it's like, boom, I might be going to PSG, Bayern. So we're going to need to address that area as well. I think defence is probably the area where we're actually most comfortable. Got 4 centre-backs. We might need backup for Trent, but we've got Gomez as well. But I think, yeah, midfield, we need some soldiers in there because we've got, I don't know, Thiago's like, he's beautiful. He's like a I don't even know what, like a work of art, but you touch it and the thing just like starts falling apart. It's just like, it's good when I see it, but I don't see it enough. I need things I can actually like, I can count on you to like ride out for me kind of thing. So yeah, it's just the midfield, man. But we got some excess baggage to get rid of as well. Because yeah, there's a couple
like
of we need. I think obviously Divock's gone. I don't want to put him in that category of excess baggage because he's a legend, cult hero, whatever you want to say. He's clutch, bro. Like, he will always be welcome back at Anfield. Set up his little scholarship thing as well to kind of help. Like, this is why the kids in Liverpool get to union that. So he's got like his legacy's on and off the pitch. Like, he's like, for me, no one can chat to Divock, man. No one can chat to him. But there's players like Ox in the squad. I'm just like, you're not really. Exactly, bro. Man said Ox like that. It's mad. It's mad. Like, but you're just there, innit? You're just there, but you're It's not, for me, it's not a wage thing because it's not my money. But you're just there collecting. Like, you are collecting peas and you're not really contributing. Like, you did it right during AFCON, but bro, this sort of time of the season, last 10 games, we could have done with an Ox who kind of could get a goal from midfield and that, but you weren't really on stuff. So yeah, for me, it's clearing out like 4 or 5 man and then bringing in like 3 or 4 quality players. Yeah. But it's
got a question
long,
here
man.
for you, Ish.
It's long.
Got a question here. You've just announced Carvalho. Is he any good?
Listen, yeah, I didn't know too much about him until I started this season where I started following him quite a bit. I started seeing this little kid in the number 10 role. Bro, like he's serious. Like he's serious. I know people have said like the Coutinho comparison is a bit lazy, but he's got that kind of. There'll be 3 men in front of him, and before you know it, he's through all 3 of them, and they're all like looking left, right, and center. Like he's got that in him as well, and he's kind of like I don't know, he's got that kind of like dog in him as well. I feel like he could be the player to like kind of get the streets for us. Like we don't really have that player at the moment who's got the streets. Salah's got mad allegations on his name. Mane, people like to banter him, but I think Carvalho is like the truth. Like he's one of them ones where you like no one can even argue with how good he is. But that was a championship. You got to kind of see him step up. But I reckon he could be. I reckon this time next season we're talking about him as like a squad, like proper in the squad player, not like a youth man. Like he's like proper in it. What was that comment saying? Something about the quads.
I'll put it back.
Let me see that. Bro.
Yeah, big up Blue Chan still. That was a good one.
Listen, I like to give it in it. I've got to be prepared to take it back. And we got closer than anyone else in it. So you man can say what you want, but
except he was probably coming with this Jurgen quad talk and all of this.
We had to.
Jurgen quad, you know.
Jurgen quad is that?
I've come through some dark days as a Liverpool fan. I used to dream of days like this. So I'm enjoying it. Listen, I'm enjoying it. I'll ride it till the wheels fall off, man. Like you can't catch me slipping on that because I'm just like, listen, I remember Channel 5 Europa League after school, 5:30 kickoffs. Those were the times, innit? Those are not the times, bro. Those are not the times. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We didn't do it, but
yeah, no, I mean, Sense took a low blow, but I think you guys.
Yeah, there's no need for that one. There's no need for that one.
No, but what I'm saying is though, Ish understands what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah,
no. At the top there, you can't. It's no. We hold our heads up high. You finish second. You know.
I can't hear that. I can't hear that chat, man.
Yeah,
obviously I'm proud of the team, but you will not see me celebrating the fact we didn't win the league. Like, I actually thought we were going to win it as well.
Man says celebrating.
There's a reason, yeah. On the last day of the season, I was running it to some Liverpool fans, and people are saying, "How can you chat?" But I'm like, "Look, I'm smiling right now. Right now, you're upset. You know what I mean?"
You man are shameless though. You man are fully shameless. Let me tell you why. They're also your rivals. City are also your rivals. You're still like, it's just mad to me. That's mad. I can never.
You know what it is.
Actually, we're talking for City. That's what. That to me. That's
no one went busting no dance moves. Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Listen.
But what it is obviously we don't want Liverpool doing no quads or no trebles. That can't run. So if you'd have won that, it's the two evils, isn't it? You got to go with City over Liverpool, man.
But I feel like you went for the going with City a bit too far. I'm generalizing here, but United fans are actually like
lads, right on cue. Look who's joined the chat. Right on cue.
Yeah. But let me just quickly address that for Ish though, because obviously I don't know the Man United fans that you're talking to, but you know you're gonna have your Manx that live in Manchester and that. But
yeah.
Liverpool is that team, innit? Man City are new age, as I've said before. I'm not gonna say too much because Daps is gonna start throwing shots at me.
I'm not.
But
exactly,
like
bro.
The rivalry is with Liverpool, like to that level. Do you know what I mean? When the 20 titles and 21.
No, yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean? That's what it's about. So, you know, until City start coming up closer to us, we can allow them to win.
Bro, they're not far, you know. They're not far.
They got a long way to go still. You know what I mean? So that's all it is, man. That's all it is. But yes.
Let me just quickly say congrats, bro.
Thank you. It's cool. I'm on a mad
Sort of get out of the
Monday
way nice and early, innit? I don't want to be saying too much else to you, to be fair, but I'll get out of the way. Get out of the way nice and early. You man obviously deserved it over a season, like I was saying to the boys before. But yeah, congrats, man. Congrats.
My arm
Must be nice, isn't it?
My arm is turning up in the comments. I see. I like that. Yeah, it's nice. You know what? It's weird feeling today. It feels like because this is our sixth Premier League now, right? And it's not a double, it's not a treble, it's not Centurions. It is retaining, but for some reason, this one feels different. It feels like, obviously, we won it in a mad way, but I don't know. I feel like, me personally, I feel like this one feels like it was a bit of a put some fucking respect on our name. And I'm not coming at you, Ish, at all, but it does feel like a bit because this whole season's all been about Liverpool and all of that. And it's like the way we've done it is like, to me personally, because all I've heard is mentality monsters, this, mentality monsters, that. And listen, I was at the Bernabeu, and for the first time, I witnessed what football heritage, in Europe means, when they scored that one goal, the feeling like was wow.
Everyone just knew they were going to get the other one. Everyone was like, yeah.
Well, the other two, bro, the other two. So they needed three, and it was like wow. So I get that, and in Europe, I'm never. If I talk about mentality monsters in Europe, I'm not talking about Man City, but I feel like yesterday what we did is we showed that there's only one team now in the Premier League in the last 10 years that are the mentality monsters, and that's us. Because like I was sat next to a guy, and when Wolves scored in the second minute, I was looking at my phone. He was like, don't look at your phone all day. We don't need that result. Don't worry about that result.
All you have to do is do your thing, innit?
And that's all I've been saying for weeks. But then when it got to when we went 2-0 down, I was looking at my phone, and he goes, don't look at your phone. And I go, listen, brother, with all due respect, we're 2-0 down now, we need a favor.
Now's the time to look at your phone.
We need Wolves to do us a favor, And he goes, no, watch when one goal gets scored, When that first goal got scored, oh my God, I have never... The only time I could say I felt it was the other side at the Bernabeu when Real Madrid scored that first one. When we scored that first goal, the belief amongst every single Manchester City fan is like, we're doing it again. This is 93-20 all over again. Watch. And it was just like, boom, boom. It was just, I've never felt anything like it.
So you lot felt that even getting that first goal, Daps, You lot that feeling was there.
But right, I'm not going to say inside I knew it was going to happen, but the feeling was very listen, when you score one goal, and you kind of know because although it was still 1-1, we kind of knew Liverpool were going to win, innit? So it was like
of course,
it was like we don't need one more goal, we need two more goals. So
two
it's
more,
like, and still at that point, the way we've been playing up to the 75th minute, it's like we ain't going to get another two goals. But the feeling amongst that whole ground, we celebrated the first goal like it was a third goal because it was that much belief.
It was massive. That goal was massive.
Honestly, it was just different, and the way we came back. And I think another thing that's really important to remember is we did this 10 years ago with a completely different group of players. So no one can say us because, this guy's experienced. None of them players had experienced that before, Our manager hadn't experienced. It was a whole new group of players, which tells me we now have that belief. Like, I always talk about the belief of fans and how it rubs off in the players. And in Europe, we're only a year in of having actual belief. Until a year ago, we didn't believe. We now are starting to believe in Europe. But in the Premier League, there's no doubting. Every single City fan in that ground, when we scored that first goal, we're like, it's on. It's fucking on. Like, already the talk was, you're doing it. We're going on the pitch. When we scored one goal, we're doing it. It was all just going, I mean, we can talk on the game itself, 70 minutes of shit.
How was you feeling though? Because, as me and Ish was chatting, I was a City fan on the day, and I was really nervous. So I was telling my wife, I'm like, these lot got to score 3 goals now in 16 minutes because Liverpool are going to win. So how was you feeling live and center in that stadium?
So the day before, I wasn't nervous, but that's kind of normal day before. I never get nervous day before. The morning I woke up later than I ever wake up. So I was rushing about. But when I got to the game, everyone I was speaking to were like, yeah, I'm nervous. But I wasn't that nervous. And then when Wolves scored, but the one thing I was saying to everyone is, listen, don't be surprised if after 20 minutes, Liverpool are 2-0 up and we're 1-0 down. Don't be surprised, because that is the way we seem to like to do things. Yeah. Then Wolves went and scored, and I'm thinking, it's on. But the longer the game went, it was just nothing seemed fluid. Tyrone Mings somehow had, apart from the last 20 minutes, had the game of his life, I think. Every head he was putting on the ball.
Chambers.
Yeah, I mean, we were poor. Soup said to me earlier, he felt like everyone was trying to get their name on in the lights and whatever. It was hard because I was the opposite end to the ground to where we were attacking the first half. All I could say is it was beautiful watching the passing out from the back, because kind of from where I was, you don't know until unless it's one of them De Bruyne runs straight down the middle, you don't really know whether until the net bulges, you don't know what's going on, right? But it just felt first half. Stones can do a job at right back, defensively. But going forward, he unfortunately, however good John Stones is, going forward, passing the ball, not wide. He doesn't know how to stretch the game. He doesn't know how to run at players. It's like he'd get in a position and then he'd look for a pass to the middle of the pitch. And that wasn't working. Up front didn't seem that fluid. It seemed a bit. And the three subs, I have to give it to Pep. Zinchenko changed the whole damn game. He came on, Cancelo switched to the right, and all of a sudden we were stretching the game, causing problems. Sterling, the same on the right, was stretching the game. And most importantly, Gundogan just does the simple things so simply, but so effectively. He knows when to hit the box at the right time. Ilkay made the Scousers cry.
Is that a joke?
I literally just tried to say before you said that how much I love him as well. So,
the good thing is he's just on. I was just watching the parade earlier. Ilkay's come out and said he's got a year left and he's looking forward to see what he can achieve, because there's rumours he might go. He ain't going nowhere, which is good. I think, to be honest, if you were Ilkay and yesterday happened, there's no way you're leaving a club. If something like that happens and like you get the reception you get off of the fans, there is not a chance you're leaving that club till your contract's done. So, the emotions were just.
Sorry, I wanted to just ask, because you've mentioned there about John Stones and Zinchenko changing the game. I think it was obvious to see that it seemed like Pep just did one of his overthinking things again before the game. Like, why did he not start with Stones centre back and Zinchenko left?
It could be. This is a thing with Pep overthinking. I hear it 100%, and you could say, look, if Pep gets it right, then he's a genius. If he gets it wrong, he's overthinking it. And most of the time he gets it right. But the job of a manager is to try and find ways to win things. A lot of people have been saying about the Ake thing. Why hasn't Ake been starting? And the only thing I can say is Ake and Laporte are both left-sided, right? Walker is out. Walker is our true natural right-sided fullback here. So if you imagine playing a left-sided centre-back on the right of centre-back is fine if you've got a right fullback that knows how to play right fullback. But all of a sudden you take your right fullback out and then you're also playing a left-footed centre-back on the right. And all of a sudden it's like a bit too much. So you try and, I think that's kind of been what's happened. I think there has been a case of fitness. I think maybe Walker, I believe, has probably been saying, I want to start, I'm fit. And I think Pep looked at him in the week and was just like, you're not, bro. I'm sorry, but we can inject you and whatever. But I think the other thing is with Stones, Fernandinho, Laporte, Fernandinho, Stones, it allowed Stones to maybe cover Fernandinho that little bit, because Fernandinho is 37. He's been playing there for a while. It was probably Pep overthinking it, because the fact is, and also finally, Cancelo on the right has not been good this season. He's been phenomenal on the left. Every time on the right for me, and again, that's because he hasn't had a right side centre back backing him. But Cancelo hasn't been good on the right, and I'll be the first to admit it. He's been good on the left, and I think that was the reason as well. But he did overthink it. Look, he made the changes that we probably all wanted to see, and it worked. So, but
definitely worked.
I will say, I mean, I could come on here now and say, you know what, Pep won us that game with the changes, but yesterday wasn't about Pep for me. It was the players. It's like I said, 70 minutes of crap. The last 20 minutes, every single City player stepped up and wanted to win that game. Every single one. Defensively, they did their job. Look, what we did for the last 10 minutes in the left-hand corner flag,
Yeah, that was tops.
If we would have done that at the Bernabeu,
But you live and learn, though, in life, isn't it? That
100%,
they've probably learnt from that.
And you could see every time, like whether it be Foden, whether it be Sterling, whether it be De Bruyne, whoever got the ball after we'd scored the third, even if they were in a position where they could attack Villa, they were just going straight to the corner flag. And that is what you have to do. You can't be trying to kill in those type of games unless it is a clear chance. You can't be risking it, giving the ball back and, turnover and whatever else. But I'd honestly, what a day, man.
Serious. And you know what as well?
I'm joking.
Maybe this feels, I don't know what your history is in previous seasons, but you was live there in that game. So you actually got to experience the atmosphere. You got to experience being on the pitch. I was looking at you and, I was definitely a little bit envious and jealous, thinking, oh man, will I get to see those years at Man United again? Because when they used to happen before, I weren't going to the games like this. So, yeah, man, you got to experience something proper there, Daps, man.
That is it. I think if you would have got me on earlier today, you would have got tears out of me, because on my way home, I woke up this morning. Sometimes you wake up in an emotional mood. I woke up, maybe because I've been drinking for 2 days, but I woke up in an emotional mood, was on the train back and was just thinking, and like, for me personally, I am going, like, when I was a kid, I used to go to Main Road. I was a season ticket holder, whatever. But when we moved down south and with things that happen in life, I'd only get up there a couple of times a year when I'd be going up to see him with a kid and that. But obviously, I mean, Semps, Pat, you know me personally, with things I've had going on in my personal life since January, it's meant I've been able to. And football and this club has saved me. I'm telling you now, it saved me, bro.
Yeah, man. Big
like,
up.
That's what football does for you, man. Like, it saved me, brother.
Big up, man. And no, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw you there on the pitch, and I was happy for you, man. I was like, you know what?
Mario that's Soups in the car.
Soups in
the car.
He knew I'd get like this. He knew I'd get like this today, innit? But it really has. When I look at it like that,
Big
this
up,
club has
Soups.
saved me again, man.
No, Daps. And that's why when I saw your post earlier, I retweeted it and I said it's all love. Because obviously we're all football fans. We rival, we banter. Sometimes even we cross the line as friends and we go at each other.
Yeah, 100.
We can always see it's always love. Do you know what I mean? And moments like this are magical, man. And
that's
it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Obviously, Ish on the other side, we would have loved you to go through it as well, but Daps
No. Let's not lie to him. Let's not lie to him.
I'm a Tottenham fan. I don't mind Liverpool winning. I just care.
That's what it's all about, though, man. That's what it's all about.
That is, and that's the thing. You know what? I was thinking it's best I don't do a show if I'm feeling emotional. But I thought the fact is, this is what football is about. It is. It's the real fact that I even messaged when I was on the way back my ex-wife and was saying how I feel today, and she was like, I get it 100%. Like, that is what it is. It's you put your time into something, and it's like, you know what, I can even remember the first game when things happened that happened. I straight away booked tickets to the Chelsea game, and me and Soups went up there. And when I was at the game, just before the game started, I said to Soups, I go, do you know what? I go, I'm back doing what I fucking love. This is like the feeling I get. If I can talk about the 4, I'm not going to talk on them, but the 4 most special moments in my life, 2 of them are with family and 2 of them are with this club. And real talk. So bless. So yeah, man, it felt special. The two moments, 93-20, I wasn't there. I watched it at home with my dad before he passed away. And this time I was there. And do you know the most special thing I saw on the day, by the way, when I was on the pitch? I was making my way to the centre circle. And although the security had let everyone on, they'd kind of formed a circle in the centre circle, yeah? And I kind of got close and the security were holding everyone back. Then I realised there was someone in the middle who was sprinkling his dad's ashes on the center circle, and the security had allowed him to. I thought that was some deep, sensational stuff, man. And like the amount of people that were at the game that usually don't go with their dads, but had swapped seats so that they could go with their parents to watch the game with their parents, people with their kids and everything. And it's just special moments, man. Like, and it's history, in it. When people talk about the history of different clubs and whatever, every club has history. Every football fan has history. Whether you've won trophies or not, yeah, you have history and you have memories with your friends and family, and that is all that football is about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Daps knows anyway. Me and Daps talk offline pure times, and he knows it's all about being real. And this is what I love about this guy. He's the realest one around. So yeah, man. Daps is in the cut. City are champions. It's been a long season.
Relaxing, man. Yeah, bro. And this is the best. You know what the best thing is? And now I'm thinking about it. If we had to go to a Champions League final against Liverpool, I've spoke on our heritage in the Premier League, but Liverpool, we all know Liverpool have that in the Champions League. And I'd be going into that game worrying that deep down, I don't know if we could beat them just yet in the Champions League. Yeah. And then that could piss me off for the whole summer. So I'm kind of like, do you know what? I'm kind of happy to have this one out the way and go, you lot go and do what you're doing. I've got 2 months off.
That's the only thing that's saving me right now is like, I know that Champions League final is like the last kick of the season in club football. So if we can win that,
you can go into the summer happy. We can both go into the summer happy.
It's just it's too much riding on it.
Let me add Ish on Twitter right now because I'm loading up.
Sebs is a troll, you know.
Hey, listen, I won't block you, but I won't pay you any attention.
You know what?
I'll leave you on red, bro.
You've got the three biggest rivals. Well, I mean, listen, what you were saying earlier, Semps, about the Liverpool United thing, you are right, but City fans, like I hate Liverpool more than I hate United. I've told everyone that's to do with my dad, yeah. But generally, City fans hate United the most. Fully, they hate United the most. I'm not saying United hate City the most, but City hate United the most.
Yeah.
You've then got Liverpool over there, yeah, and Liverpool and United, they're not the best of pals, right, at all. But then you've also got Leeds in the corner, and you, man, you, man. So you've got a lot of rivals on this right now. And actually, salute to Leeds. I didn't think you can do it, but boy.
Mate, I don't think no one did, bruv. Every pundit was saying, I think they're done, you know.
Yeah. I knew you lot would stay up, you know. I can't even lie. I thought you would. I thought Everton would go down, but they survived. So I thought it would be Burnley. But
I thought Burnley. Real talk. I thought Burnley were going down, man. I mean, I thought Burnley were going clear.
Oh, really? Is it?
I did, yeah. I did.
Man, honestly, I had mentally prepared myself for it, as I said earlier. I'm mentally prepared to go down.
He did the madness.
Bro, as I said yesterday, euphoria. I was on cloud 9, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So avoiding relegation is big for you as well. It's big. I think your manager will stay now, and he can actually be a project manager, which is what he is. I think the signing of him was a weird one at the time because, but now let's see. Do you think he'll stay?
He's gonna get an opportunity. Are the fans gonna accept him? We'll see, mate. They're a hard bunch. They are a very, very hard bunch to please, mate. So we'll see. As I said, I'm gonna back this guy because I'm not gonna try and force a man out. And if he's gonna get his players in, we definitely need to back him, mate.
It's true, you know. I've not even spoke about Tottenham and Arsenal and all of that stuff. I've been. To be fair, I've been a passenger in today's pod. I've been enjoying. Now,
I'll be 100. I didn't even know. Did you lot? I presume you lot sealed it.
No, I don't even know. We spoke.
I haven't even watched Match of the Day yet. You know, like there's so much stuff I don't even know what happened in the game. That was just.
We spoke about Burnley. We spoke about Leeds. We spoke about. I've been just enjoying the pod, to be honest. I've been enjoying it almost like.
But now you have the flow. You have the flow now, man.
I just want
to. Scores. I don't know no scores.
Yeah, it's Well, we had to. All we had to do all we had to do on Sunday was not lose our game because we had a much better goal difference than Arsenal. We were 2 points clear of them. So even if we drew and they won, we would have still won it on goal difference. But it was Norwich away. Come on, man. And the thing is, it annoyed me because a lot of Spurs fans were getting real jittery and panicky and basically being melts and wet wipes. And I was like, listen, we've been playing good football. We're in good form. It's Norwich. This is the best game you could ask for. Norwich away. They're crap, with all due respect. You know, you don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but it was Norwich away, worst team in the Premier League by a country mile. And they also fall right into our hands because they're not a low block kind of team. They will try and play football, which is to their credit, but also to their detriment. So I always knew it was a foregone conclusion. I predicted 4-0. We obviously ended up smashing them 5. I just wanted
for real? 5-0?
Yeah, we beat them 5-0, man. It was.
And Son
got 2 goals, so he shared the golden boot with Mo Salah, which is what I loved, man. I wanted Sonny to get that golden boot, man. He deserved it, and he did. Thankfully, he got another goal because obviously we didn't think Salah would play, but because Liverpool were losing their game, they had to throw everything at it. So they brought on Salah. And Salah got a goal, even though it was a horrible goal. He got a goal.
The sweatiest goal.
Yeah, the sweatiest, Tripoli, just put a foot to it, rolled in. But luckily, Son scored 2. But you could see, when you watch our highlights or watch our game, Son wasn't his usual calm and clinical self in front of goal. He was snatching out chances because it was playing on his mind about this golden boot.
Yeah.
So in the first half, he wasn't great at all. Worst I've seen Son in a long time in terms of front of goal. Second half, he relaxed, got his first goal, nice slotted finish. Second goal was a world-class finish, man. Almost pretty much outside. It was a mad finish, innit? To get the golden boot on that goal, it was levels.
I must admit, I hate when golden boot doesn't go to one person.
Yeah, I don't really.
Shared.
I'm not really. I can't. Liverpool fans are celebrating the Salah one. I'm just like, bro. Like I said to you earlier, Patrick. Like, big man, you had 10 goals clear. I'm not trying to see you celebrate this now. But like, I came back from far behind you. No penalty. Mad. I'm not really one to like try and rub out penalties, but to get 23 non-penalty goals, like, big up, Son.
Yeah.
Son. How old is he? How old is he, by the way?
Son's 29 now.
Still got 4 years ahead of him.
Yeah, still, but quality player. I'm so happy for him, man. Honestly, I couldn't have fallen to a nicer guy. And if Harry Kane's not going to get it, let Sonny get it. I know he shared it with Salah, but I'm so pleased for him. But yeah, Arsenal fans, like, they were giving it to me, especially when they were ahead and they thought I still, people actually owe me money and I need to collect. Hughes owes me money. A lot of people owe me money. I had Colleen, big up to herself yesterday. She had to wear a Spurs shirt for the whole TFT.
I see the video. That's
no way.
And she did it. She did it, Sebs. Credit to her because she didn't run away, but when Arsenal were a few points clear, they were so talkative and so chatty. And
that's going too far, boy.
It's 6 years now without finishing above us. 6 years. That's a long time. Arsenal fans, sorry, you can't chat to me anymore. I'm sorry.
Listen.
So wait a minute. When was the last time they were in the Champions League? 6 years ago?
Long time ago, bro. Long time ago.
You know what, yeah? Should I do it? Right, listen, Arsenal, I'm sorry, yeah. But I've got to speak it now on Arsenal because I've spoken it a few times, but still, do you realise Man City have won twice as many Premier Leagues as Arsenal have won now? I'm not saying leagues. I get the league thing if anyone comes for me, but in this era, because everyone talks about Arsenal's golden era where they won 3 Premier Leagues. Our golden era, we've now won 6. Yeah, all right. Then we talk on their golden era in the Champions League, right? 19 years back to back. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying this is a golden era for us, but 13 years we've been in it. In Arsenal's whole history, they reached 1 final and 1 semi-final. We've already reached 3 semi-finals and 1 final in 13 years. So again, all these things with Arsenal fans, it is kind of like to a point that I don't even want to hear Arsenal fans talk about their golden era no more because it wasn't that golden. It really was not that golden. Like, United fans can talk about their golden era. Listen, Liverpool fans can talk about their history, but Arsenal fans now kind of need to. I know they'll drop the Invincible trophy on us, but to me, Invincibles, I could be invincible and still be in a relegation battle. 100 points, you're never being in a relegation battle. So.
Oh man!
And the worst thing is, most of their kids are supporting City now as well. So
like honestly, it's mad. The amount of London kids I see supporting City, I'm like, what's going on? But it makes sense. City are the best team by a country mile. So that's going to happen now. But yeah, man. And obviously now it's turned to Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, but when's you last win a trophy?" And you're celebrating finishing above us. You only finished fourth. I was like, come on, man. If you lot would have finished fourth, I would have never heard the end of it. Never. Project Arteta, best young kids in the world. We are the model now. You lot need to do what we've done. Rip it up and start again. And with all due respect, you had no European football all season. You dropped out early of all competitions. You spent the most in Europe in terms of every big team: PSG, Bayern Munich, Man City, Man United, Liverpool. You spent more than all of these guys, and you still finished fifth. Sorry, I can't hear it.
One game a season. One game.
They went from 5th to 5th via 8th twice. Yeah,
just what's the point? What is the point?
That's mad. That's nuts. Like,
what is the point?
They really fucked it. They really fucked it. They really fucked it.
Via 8th, you know,
twice. 8th twice.
And with all due respect, they can never call another team a bottle jobs again. They were 4 points clear with 3 games to go. How can you be 4 points clear with 3 games to go? All you have to do is beat us at our ground. Allegedly, you're better than us. You know, rare to tell this rubbish. And then you end up fumbling the bag, and then we end up finishing 2 points clear with you.
The thing is, though, it's a knock-on effect. And this is the thing that I say to Arsenal fans is, look, I'll be honest. There's no point in me coming on here and acting like I didn't leave receipts, because I did. I thought Arsenal were going to do it. This season, I thought they would. They seemed more consistent with it. I said up until recently, all right, they weren't getting the results that maybe Tottenham were getting against the bigger teams, but against all the teams they should be getting results against, they were doing it. And that was what was like the example I always use is you drop points Southampton at home. They earned a hard 3 points away at Wolves with 10 men.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was making me think, do you know what? Arsenal were going to do it. Yes, Imran, my brother. But then everything changed. And look, the fact is, I do feel like Arteta is trying to do the right thing there. He is changing the mentality of the board to buy the right type of players. I do believe that. And I do think he had the jump on Man United. And for whatever reason, maybe the jump on Tottenham if they got Champions League football. And they needed the jump. Let me be very clear. They needed the jump. They've missed having the jump. They ain't got no jump on Man United now. They ain't got no jump on Tottenham now, right? They're now facing Man United that, by all I see, by the fact of people they're getting rid of and whatever, and people they're being linked with, Man United are going to start doing the right thing with the players that they buy. Tottenham under Conte, or Conte, sorry. All we can go is Conte. Do it, bro. Conte. By what they did in January, 2 good signings, right? That changed things. I think he's going to bring in more players in your 2 teams. Yeah, I'd worry more about you 2 getting top 4 than Arsenal. So Arsenal have missed a jump. Even with them getting Champions League football, I still think it's going to be very difficult for you boys to get top 4 again next season. With them not having Champions League football, not having that to bring in the right players, I think next season Arsenal could be back to a 6th at best.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. It's not even a wild shout. Like before, you would probably get Arsenal fans saying, "What are you saying?" But sorry, to have all the advantages and the things fall in their favor the way it did this year. And like you said, that scrappy win away at Wolves, they celebrated, and I was like, am I being salty by saying they're over celebrating, or is this a different kind of Arsenal, a new mentality? And I was like having to check myself, like maybe I'm in the wrong here, maybe there is something cooking there. And then obviously, when they beat Wolves twice, didn't they? And then they beat Brentford away.
Yeah, when Wolves were in good form as well.
They beat Brentford, at home 2-1. And again, it was a game that people said a year ago we would have lost this game. And I'm like, shit, maybe something is going on there. But sorry, when the season continued and you saw them capitulate against us, capitulate against Newcastle, drop points to Southampton, Brighton, it's not good enough, man. And for me, question marks need to be raised about Arteta's signing of the contract when he did, because after that their form dropped. So in hindsight, that was a massive mistake. They said at the time it was good, it shows backing and rare tear, but sorry, you dropped the bag and you ended up finishing 5th when everything was in your favor. And I agree. I don't think they got the mentality. Shout out to Mario as well. He's a real one. Good guy.
No, that's a good point. I think they did better than I thought, but which I hear, but at the same time,
You've got to change it during the season, though.
Look, I thought they were going to finish top 4 based on how they were performing throughout the season, not at the start of the season. So that's what I'm saying. I agree with him. I didn't think Arsenal would get top 4. I thought Man United would fully.
Yeah,
until February, I was still saying United will turn it round. If I'm being 100, it was only then when I looked at it and thought, no, it's way too late now. But that's just look. I've been saying it for 10 years that United are going to turn it round. So.
I like what you did there, Daps. I like what you did.
That's not even shade. That's real talk because they are a sleeping giant, innit? You expect a giant.
Yeah, no. Even I was with Daps. I was like anyone but Arsenal, and I honestly thought United would do it because they have that business end of the season mentality, and usually Man United can pull it out, even if they're not playing good. They get results. I know Sensei was always saying no way, but I didn't see us coming in the way we did, but thank God we did because, like we're all saying, anyone but Arsenal. So thank God the football gods were listening; they were watching over me, and thank you.
I was saying anyone but United, but I'm happy with Spurs. No, honestly, I didn't mind Arsenal, West Ham, Spurs. I could have seen anyone, just not United. I didn't want United to get top 4. That was
but on that contract thing, I don't get it. Like for example, we haven't announced Haaland yet, but I feel like we had to get that done. And I think the City board pushed to get that done because of the fact of the Mbappe thing. And it's like, you know what, let's just get this done so that no one else that's sniffing about can do it. But when you've got a manager that no one's sniffing round, I don't really get why you. I'll be honest. I think the Klopp one was odd. I think the Klopp announcement was odd as well because it's like, what was that for? Why'd you done that now? Like,
I think the Klopp one was to kind of give us, because at that time we weren't really playing well. We were kind of grinding out results, and it was like a thing where every season for the last couple seasons, it's been a thing where it's like it's coming. 2024 is coming. I think that was a kind of one to kind of give us a shot on the arm, and we did play better after it. I don't think it gave us any more pressure, but I do hear what you're saying. I was a bit like, this is just weird timing. It was like before the Spurs game or so. I was just like, this is just a bit weird. But
the only other thing I heard is that it could be something to do with trying to help push over the Salah thing.
Salah deal,
I did hear there's something in there where
because he came out a week before and he was like, it's not about money. I just need certain other things.
Yeah, that's what I heard. There's stuff in there. Yeah, apparently there's stuff in there to do with that. They will give Salah what he like. He had a few things. Look, like a couple of players. Their contracts need to be sorted. So I'll agree to sign it if you agree to sort these lots contracts. So I don't know.
Sorted out the backroom staff as well. All the backroom staff.
Oh yeah, that was a good thing.
He kept the same. He's got the same salary. He's like, yeah.
That's a good one.
I was just like,
who did? Jurgen or Salah? Sorry, who did?
No, Klopp was like, Klopp got all the backroom staff for pay rise, but he's staying on the same.
But not him.
The same salary.
That's a good one.
He's just a legend, isn't it? That's just another thing.
He's not a legend, man. He's not a legend.
I can't hear any smoke talk on Klopp, bro. I just can't.
What about Gerrard? Are you ready for the Gerrard smoke talk yet?
You know what? I can hear that because, bro, you had 5 minutes, bro. 5 minutes. You let the lead. I don't even want to say the word slip away, but I can't. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened. And Tyrone Mings as well. I'll let me just have a minute on this done. This guy, I'm sorry. You say you're a Liverpool fan. I don't know what was going on towards the end of that game. Like, Daps, I know you said he had a good start, 70 minutes, but bro,
listen.
No, I think
I'll tell you what though,
it was over for them, man. Like the train was just motoring at that point.
Yeah. There was no way when one went in.
It was Gerrard
that went in. City were gonna win.
Gerrard taking off Coutinho. That's where it all went pear.
See, I didn't even know Coutinho had scored. I did not know Coutinho had even scored.
Yeah, and he took him straight off afterwards, like straight away.
That was a bit odd.
And at that time, that's why it was weird because City didn't even look like they were going to score. That's why it was worrying and that's why I was wondering how you were feeling. That's because it wasn't like you were knocking on the door. You know how City just knock. It wasn't like that.
No,
but
it wasn't.
Coutinho coming off, I think that changed it, man.
Yeah, I will say, in the ground, like the Liverpool players that are associated to Villa, the Villa players that are associated to Liverpool, they were trying to do a job for you. Like they were all going down, staying down. First half, staying down for 5 minutes, and it was definitely they were trying to play for you, man. It was like there were two things.
I'd love to hear his team talk before the game because I know he must have said all sorts of madness to them.
I think he just said to him, honestly, I think Gerrard said, do not let Jack Grealish get a trophy because I think that like it's kind of weird. These Villa fans, they don't want to see their childhood boy get a trophy. That's what it is. Like they were all there. After the game, honestly, I was like, you know what? For me now, Villa, them man can go in the bag with United and Liverpool. I do not want to know nothing about them. Like,
was that bad?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Like they look. What,
It might be because they've got Gerrard now, though, isn't it? Maybe.
What Gerrard wanted to leave Liverpool. He wanted to leave Liverpool. The guy's not loyal. He's gonna leave Villa at some point.
Hey, we were rubbed at the time, bro. When he wanted to leave us, listen. I wanted to leave.
Loyal. He's loyal.
I'm tired. I am loyal. I couldn't leave, but them times they were not. They weren't really fun like that.
Man. I'm just saying this whole Gerrard thing. He wanted to leave a club. I think everyone needs to calm down on how loyal that brother was. He'll leave Villa at the blink of an eye. So if them lot are starting to become like fake scousers and whatever, like just because of Stevie G, he's gonna go soon.
He's got to deliver next season, though. He's got, because I reckon they're gonna back him again. Obviously, they signed Kamara today on a free.
They're not messing about.
They're going to.
When you say deliver, what do you mean? Ish deliver. What do you mean?
I like that question.
Top 10, comfy, and like a good cup run.
Okay,
comfy top 10 and good, because they were up and down this season. I don't even know where they finished in the end, but they've had some weird results. And if they're going to go and spend 60, 70 M's, they need. You know what? They kind of even need to see top 8, to be fair.
I hate when Arsenal fans do this. They're so disingenuous. Arsenal are a massive club. Let's have it right. Come on. Arsenal are always meant to finish in the top.
They do the victim thing. When it suits them, it's mad.
Even like Carlos was like, after 3 games, we're getting relegated. I was like, it's 3 games. Yeah, you had a bad start. But you can't.
No one actually thought they were going to get relegated.
Exactly. Come on. And no one thought Villa were going to finish above Arsenal over the course of a whole season. Like, come on, boys.
No. To be fair, some Villa fans did. To be fair.
Villa fans.
You at the barbecue, you witnessed one of the bets last year. They did 5 bills that they were finishing above Arsenal.
That's crazy. That is mental. And he counted it out. Cash as well.
I tell you what, if any of you lot have got time, one thing quickly to go and watch, if you can find it, it was City's parade tonight, and
I think we're good, mate.
Now Grealish got asked.
I'll find it when he pissed about
going off.
When he got asked about how he feels about winning the Premier League, and he said, "I'd like to thank Bernardo Silva for being subbed after 70 minutes because he was pony until that point."
Have you heard his voice? He sounds like he smoked about 20 million fags since last night. His voice
it's funny. You can see with the City team, and the next minute, him and Walker are wearing high-vis jackets, dancing about. They're clearly all smashed. And then you've got like, then you've got like Rodri, Fernandinho, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, all that lot that they've got like a drink in their hand, but they just seem so they don't want to talk. They're just like waving and that. And then you've got all the English lot just looking smashed. Like,
I'll ask you a question, Daps. How do you think Haaland's going to fit into that? Because obviously there's that video of my man in the club out there, like last week in his Dortmund tracksuit. Do you think Pep's going to like let him chill with like the Fodens, the Grealishes, the Stoneses, and that? Because that could be a techie little group, off the field. That's because I know Grealish has had his little things this season, like around Christmas, was it, when he went out with Foden?
I'm not going to talk on Grealish today because I might say something that I don't want to say. But listen, all I'll say on Grealish is the guy has never competed for a trophy. He's never played in Europe. Yesterday he got his hands on a Premier League trophy, and there's a good interview Sky did with him afterwards where he was saying that he was too focused on goals and whatever else. And Pep seems to have a special little, like, he's so bothered about keeping the ball. He's like, I know if I lose the ball, Pep will drag me and whatever else. And this is the thing. He's come into City. He's come from being the big fish where he can do freestyle football, whatever the hell he wants, to come into a club and also against teams that generally, he had a lot of space to run into. He's come to a club where if he gives away the ball, he's getting dragged. It's that simple. If he goes out of position, he's getting dragged. It's that simple. So he's got to adapt. I think Grealish is going to come strong next season. As with Haaland, that's a good question because I thought you were going to ask me about on the pitch, but you're asking me about off the pitch.
Because I just see that video last week. I was like, he looks like he's gonna start moving crazy with them, man.
That's a good look. Yeah, I mean, I think and him and Foden already have been speaking in that.
Yeah.
But as for I don't know off the pitch, but on the pitch, I think Pep's come out and said give him a bit of time, but I think that's normal. You have to say that. I don't necessarily think we're going to change the way we play too much. I think the one thing that you will find is that Whereas at the moment, there'll be certain moves that the ball ends up with a player and the player's looking for another pass, whereas the ball will end up at Haaland's feet in a position where Haaland isn't looking for no extra pass. He's just going to unleash. And that is where players like Gundogan, who follow things up, players like Sterling, who follow things up, you'll start to see Sterling's numbers start rising again, because Sterling's numbers were at their best when he was playing alongside Sergio Aguero. When you've got a striker that defenders have to keep an eye on at all times, all of a sudden pockets of space pop up everywhere for everyone else on the... No one's going to be marking Sterling. They're all going to be watching Haaland, and all of a sudden... And the best thing is, everyone is forgetting about Alvarez as well. Alvarez
he's
is
the one
sneaking
I'm
in the back
thinking.
door.
He's
no one's
serious,
talking
Loan
about
him to us. Loan him to us for the year, mate. Loan him to us, mate.
He's serious.
Yeah. This is the best thing. I've got a good season to look forward to already, and I already see a few other names being linked with us. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, gonna be good for you, boy. What's this here? What's your thoughts on this Olsen thing, Daps? I'm guessing you probably don't know too much about it.
I saw it. I've seen clips of it. Look, none of it's right. Pitch invasions, I'm not going to knock it. Straight away, when we were talking about are we going to do it, I was looking down going, listen, there's no police there. They're not trying to stop us. If they wanted to stop us getting on the pitch, there would be police there. City generally have been fine with pitch invasions, so we ran on. It was just everyone cuddling each other. I've seen the footage, and I'm right. It's wrong. Simple. To lay hands on anyone's wrong. To lay hands on a professional football is wrong. I don't want to overdo it though. This was not like running like a bull in a china shop to headbutt someone. Yeah, it was kind of a case of people were running past and like that round the back of the head. Not saying it's right, but it was not the same. But either way, I think next season maybe some money is taken out of our profits of every single club and invested into, look, Wembley. What Wembley do is, in all competitions, the clubs that are playing in them, say the FA Cup final, they get a split of the profit after operating costs, yeah? And one of the operating costs is policing, right? And that's why you never see no pitch invasions at Wembley, because the policing inside the ground is strong. And yes, the clubs make less, but that's fine because everyone's safe. So maybe that's what the Premier League can do. I'm not gonna. I could come on and go, nah, nothing happened. Look, I've seen the footage. It doesn't look like anyone's getting punched in the face or headbutted, but still, yeah. If you're running on the pitch, run on to celebrate. Don't lay hands on anyone, whether it be a footballer, a member of staff, or an opposing fan.
I hear you, man. Yeah,
or any crossbars as well, or goal.
That crossbar's done out now, boy.
Yeah, fully.
Wicked. Pat, you want to say anything before we wrap up?
North London is white. That's all I can say, man. North London is white. That Arsenal fans can't chat to me with all due respect. And I know some good Arsenal fans, but none of you lot can talk to me. I don't want to hear anything about anything other than you lot. Yeah, you lot just... You're not the team that you piped up to be. This whole Saka's the best youngster in the league. Who won Young Player of the Year? It was Foden. If it wasn't going to be Foden, it was going to be Trent. If it wasn't going to be Trent, if it wasn't going to be Trent, it would have been Declan Rice. Saka was nowhere near that again. Yeah, I don't want to say it. The league talks for itself. We gave them a 3-month head start. Conte coming in November, and we still finished above them in the end. Yeah, it is what it is, man. But everyone that owes me money, pay up. I don't want to have to start messaging you. You know who you are. I'm coming for my debts. Simple as that. Mario, win a trophy. How about you qualify for Champions League football? How about that?
You know what? You've got a panel here of people that have got like we forget the season is over officially. You've got a panel of people that have all got reasons to be excited going into next season.
Not Mario though. Not Mario.
Yeah, not Mario. But other than that, yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
I know he's not on the panel, but I wanted to just make it clear that Arsenal now
leave my best mate alone, okay?
They ain't got nothing to be excited about. You know, Man United had a dead season. We can be excited now. Tottenham can be.
It can't get worse for you, man. That can't actually get worse with United.
It can't, exactly. So the only way is up for ETH, boy.
Or could it?
Ten
Hag shake his heart.
No. He can't. But Ten Hag, the thing is, what people need to realize as well is Ten Hag's a good manager, isn't it? He just won.
Yeah.
We're not getting some joke guy. Like, my man is a good manager. Do you know what I mean? He's got proven pedigree. So, yeah.
Can I ask something? Was it him that said it, or because I saw a report and I didn't bother opening it, and I just kind of thought in my head, I hope that is the media putting a spin on what he said and not something that he said. But what it said was Ten Hag lays down his blueprint to stop the Pep and Klopp dominance. Was that Ten Hag saying that, or did he just put his blueprint out and they've added that little extra spin on it?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
So I see the interview earlier. So what they said was like the guy must have asked Ten Hag if it's possible to win a league in the Pep and Klopp era. Like, will you have to just wait for one of them to go or both of them to go before you can win the league? And Ten Hag was like, look, I respect Klopp and Pep highly. They're the two that are clear at the moment, but all eras come to an end, and he just left it like that. He's like, I believe in United kind of thing. But he needs to just slow down on that talk right now. Get back in the top 4 before you start looking up at Klopp and Pep. But I respect
he was asked the question. He just said it. Man was asked.
Yeah. And it was one of those loaded questions as well. But I was just like, when he said that, I was like, yo, just relax.
To be fair, his answer was not too bad. It's not too bad.
It's all right. Is it a beef thing? It is what it is. All right. Yeah. Straps on deck. Safety off.
Yeah, but come on, guys. Like, Erik Ten Hag has just come from. He's not coming here to just get top 4. Do you know what I mean? He's looking to build a project to win the league. It is what it is.
If he didn't answer like that, you'd worry, innit?
Say that again?
If he didn't answer like that, you as a United fan.
Yeah, man. Of course.
He just gave the basic answer. Yeah, it's not really like a. It's not a.
He's not managing Arsenal now. He's managing Manchester United. Yeah, we're not on this 5th place, 8th place, 5th place thing. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, if you fumble with this manager, I don't know what's happening to your.
No, but Ish.
No, seriously, you can't fumble this one.
No, but he still. We still need to fix upstairs. We still need to sort that out.
That's what I mean. When I say this manager, it's this whole regime. Yeah. Like, you can't fumble this one.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So we exactly what you're saying, and this is the reason why I think we are going to make. We're already seeing changes. Woodward's gone. Do you know what I mean?
The scouts is key, man. The 2 scouts, the day he came in, me, that tells a lot.
Yeah, they're gone as well. You know, like, we're seeing the changes already. So I think we can now, as I said, we can be excited, man, and see what happens. And he will bring. I listened to his interview on MUTV, and man, it's just words like bringing that fighting culture. Do you know what I mean? Like, players that want to fight for each other. And we ain't seen that. It's like we're not a team. That's how we've been playing this season.
He's a serious guy, though. He doesn't really do like laughter and jokes and that. He's just on this like, I'm here to work. I was like,
one clip I see of him badding up one player. I was like,
he's like, don't talk back. He's like, you will run. I was like, right, okay.
I was like, raw. Wow, he's actually moving guys like that.
But that's how it should be, man. That's how it should be. These players, like, the one thing with Pep as well is it's taken years for him to get to how you see him now. Like, it's taken years. He seems to now have a lot more fun and be smiling a lot more than when he first arrived at City. Like, one of the first things he said apparently to players is, you are winning the ball back. Like, up to you. You run 5 yards forward and win the ball back, or you're running 100 yards backwards and winning the ball back. But you are winning the ball back. And he don't, like, for years, he had no relationship with the players. It was Arteta having the relationship with the players, because Arteta's like, you don't need to like me. You need to get on with each other. Me, I'm your manager. You don't need to like me. And Klopp will have been the same. Look, it gets to a point when they start winning stuff, there can be all cuddles and whatever, but you have to lay it down, because Ollie was all cuddles.
I was just about to say, this is the problem. And you see it with Conte at Spurs. These top managers, they demand respect as well. And this is the thing. Erik Ten Hag will come in, and he even said it, you know, I have high standards. And he's not going to be messing around like Ollie was. Ollie was just everybody's friend. Do you know what I mean? And that weren't running. And I think what happened with Ralph was, after Ollie, Ralph tried to go the other way. But he's an interim. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of not what we needed. We needed him to get us top 4, not to change the culture like that too quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that's where Ralph went wrong. But Eric Ten Hag could come in. He's the permanent manager now, so you have to fall in line. Otherwise, you're going to be sold or you're on the bench. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So, yeah, man. Let's see Wagwan anyway. We'll see Wagwan. We're going to wrap up there, gents. Thank you very much.
And a summer with no football, right?
None. Boring.
None. Interesting.
We're watching Women's Euros. Like this, it's going to be quite lit, but otherwise... Yeah.
When's the Women's Euro starting?
July the 6th, I want to say. 6th
oh, yeah. I'll be tuned into that.
Yeah, I think that by then, I think every that's it. You know what? That's a really good time to have it, because by then, all of us will have be bored of no football, right?
Yeah.
And there's no men's football coming back. So I salute them for putting it then, because women's, apart from like the goalkeeping, women's football is techie as hell, man. It's proper decent.
Yeah.
They're organised in that. They can play Pep style of football easily, unlike us.
Yeah, you're right. The goalkeeping is poor. Some of the shots I see them getting beat by, especially the lobs and high shots, is poor. But actual football is brilliant.
It has been for years as well, to be fair. For years it's been techie. Yeah, man. And then it all goes again in August.
I need a break from this one. I'm actually ready for this for the summer for once. Normally I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I'm just let me just relax.
You'll definitely be ready for that, boy, if you lose next week or this week.
You know, I don't honestly. Someone said to me about me coming for a certain individual, and they were like, no, wait for next week. I was like, I don't care about next week. We're not in the Champions League final. That's none of my fucking business. I'm not going to talk on it because it is not my business. We're not there. And I'm not gonna rub it in no one's faces. Like, I can't. Who would I be as a City fan to come and talk about the Champions League right now? I'll talk about what I know, and that's the Premier League. That one right now, like, I don't care. End of season, done. Like, that's a different school. I'm not talking about it.
Wicked. Anyway, everyone, we're gonna wrap up now. I just want you all to sign out. Let everybody know where they can find you. Starting with yourself, Ish, but just wanted to say it's been a pleasure having you on. Obviously, I've been bantering you, but it's all love anyway. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for your input today, my man. Let everybody know where they can find you, please.
No, I appreciate that as well. Big up everyone else on the panel as well. London Leeds, first time meeting you. Big up yourself, man. Congrats on staying up and that. Daps, I said what I have to say to you already.
Thank you, brother.
Patrick Semps, you know what time it is already. But yeah, Twitter mainly, D-Generation-ish, and then the captions on the Equalizer _ on Insta. That's where you can hit me up.
Wicked. And no, I won't say good luck for next season because I don't mean it. But anyway,
don't need your luck, bro.
Wicked,
you know
man.
what? I think you might do. Ooh. Your players are going to be drained, bro. They've gone. This is the first time you men have gone for all 4 trophies in a season, and you've had quite minimal injuries this season. I say
the recruitment's key in it. The recruitment's key.
Agreed, 100%.
I don't say anything until I see the signings, but yeah.
And we have to all be real. We all support teams that have players that will be going away to the World Cup. That month in November is going to hit us all, man. So we need to all remember that it's going to hit us massively.
Yeah, that's true. London Leeds, big up yourselves because you can come back next season, man. You stayed in the Premier League.
Wow. You guys, it's always a pleasure jumping on here and having sophisticated, grown conversation with a sprinkle of banter. I absolutely love it.
Spot on.
So, you guys can find me at London_Leeds on Twitter. I'm always having a bit of a shout about where we're going, what we're trying to do. Loyal and faithful, and that will never change. But hit me up. And again, guys, I love it. Anytime you want me on there, give me a shout. I always come down and, say my part.
Wicked, man. As I said, appreciate your time, appreciate you. And thank you for your input today. And as I said before, man, well done for staying up. You can enjoy, man, it's time for you. You can just enjoy life right now, innit? Because
I'm still smiling, man. You're
Daps, champions, you was at the game, you experienced something that not many people get to experience in their lives, boy. So, yeah, man.
I never thought I would when I was a kid, man.
big up to yourself, and let everybody know who you are, where they can find you.
So MCFC Daps on all platforms. Would rather you find me on Instagram though, because Twitter's toxic. I'm leading the F Twitter. I'm at the front telling everyone F Twitter, leave Twitter alone and jump on Instagram, man. But most importantly, you can find me on Never Foul. We've been slowly building it back up, getting it popping, and from next week it's going to be me and Ty back together, doing a lot more stuff together and everything. So yeah, Never Fail on YouTube. But listen, guys, thanks for having me. I love joining you every single time. Like I said earlier in the comments, two of the most realist people, even away from this stuff. So salute to you, man, and what you're doing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to yourself, Daps. You know the love is there. Shout out to Never a Foul. He's just
zoomed in. Okay,
in on the champions.
That's new. How you get that so quick? That's mad.
Because I've got soups in the building.
Guys, I'm out.
Okay,
I'm out.
okay.
I don't even want to see that.
That's cool.
He's gone. And, yeah, you know, Soups is a magician.
The cry.
Big up Never a Foul. Big up Daps. Every time.
Big up Mario. Big up Soups. Two good guys, man. Two good guys. So yeah, man, and Ty as well. I haven't seen Ty in a minute, but shout him out, man.
He's about, man. You'll see him.
Yeah.
Ty's looking forward to next season as well, man. I know Ty's excited. Pat, wait, your time, my G.
Yeah, man. Once again, everyone, thank you for coming through, man. You lot are good guys, always willing to. What's this? The Liverpool caught. All the wheels are off, you know. it's checked out.
Nah, you're a prick, bro. You're a prick.
Nah, Soups. I need to get that off you.
There's a better one. Have you seen the Connect 4? Have you seen the one, the Connect 4, where it's Pep and Klopp playing Connect 4? Klopp's got the reds, Pep's got the blues. They've put in like the Carabao Cup. They've put in the FA Cup, and then Pep's gone in with a blue next to them and stopped the quad with the Premier League.
Oh, that's too funny. That's mad. That's actually funny. But yeah, man. Like I was saying, and I've been saying it all season. Shout out to everyone who's jumped on Views TV official this year. It's been fantastic. It's been such a roller coaster of a season for everyone. Everyone here can appreciate the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. This is football, man. And you know, we all know that we know football, but none of us know really what we're talking about. We all say it with a bit of emotion. We guess. We obviously try and make educated guesses. Sometimes it comes in, sometimes it doesn't. But this is it. This is why we love football. And I'm just grateful that we can always have, like you said, London Leeds, you said it best, sophisticated football with a sprinkle of banter. That's what we do. We have fun, not trying to disrespect each other. Sometimes, lines can get crossed. We're emotional, heat of the battle, heat of the moment, but it's always love. It's always good. And man, what a season. I'm happy that we got top 4. And I know people will say, it's not a trophy, it's not this, but it's a start, man. For us, finishing 7th last year and getting back into the top 4, for me, that's a good achievement. And then we go again next year. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, I digress. Patrick Tyrant, you can find me on Twitter. Obviously, that's my main platform. Insta, I'm on there as well. Getting a lot of people add me on Insta recently. It's mad. So the football stuff is really starting to come in. Loads of people are hitting me up and adding me and chatting to me all the time about stuff, which is cool. Obviously, Views is our platform. Shout out to Semps. He's been riding all season. It's great. One of the best hosts I know, and I'm on so many platforms. And I know Semps is a humble guy, so he doesn't want me to say this, but it's true. The way he brings the whole pods together and makes it flow effortlessly, that is a talent, man. Because I've hosted, and I don't really enjoy hosting. I can't lie.
Word, same.
Semps does it, and he does it well, man. So shout out to Semps, man. So I'm on coys.com. You know what? I can't even lie. I'm happy the season's over, man. I can actually relax. I've done so many fucking podcasts this year. It's mad. I can actually just put my feet up.
It's been a nut season, bro.
So I'm actually happy. I can't even lie to you, lot. I'm actually happy. I can chill out for a bit. But yeah, everyone here knows that feeling, man. It's not easy being a.
It's strange though. Honestly, it'll be a week max, and I'll still be doing pods this week.
But the thing is, it's gonna be transfers now, and it's just foolishness, isn't it?
I don't like. You know what it is though?
It's just everyone's just chatting shit.
Them. I don't like.
I won't do no transfer shows. I can't be asked.
Rumors.
I want to see my players with the shirt in their hand before I can even get gassed.
I'd rather talk about other things and be more emotional than talk about lies. Like I can't be bothered with it because We'll all
That's what it is.
listen, agents are out here linking everyone with everyone just to push up prices, and like we can do the clickbait thing, but deep down, like you've been saying, we like coming on here and having banter, but also talking truth, not all this. Anyway.
Mad. So but now shout out to coys.com, shout out to obviously everyone here, shout out to the Football Terrace. Terry's a great guy, he's always had me on this year, and that's been great. And then shout out to all the other platforms I've been on as well, man, and shout out to all you guys. So that's it, man. I'm done talking, but all good.
Wicked. Young Swaggy Daniels, shout out to yourself for the work that you've been doing with views and getting all of these guests on over the last few months. It's been really good. I've been meeting loads of new people like Ish, London Leeds. Obviously, I know Daps already, but yeah, man, big up yourself. Shout out to everybody that commented today. Comments were flowing. It was enjoyable just reading these comments, and they were having their own conversation. Shout out to everybody who's tuned into views this season. Big up Prime. You have come on a bit late, but run that back.
Hold tight,
It was a
Prime,
very,
man.
very, very, very good show.
Man. Shout out to Prime.
He was trying to cause trouble, no doubt.
He was coming on to cause some trouble, innit? But I don't really know what trouble he can cause. Chelsea are just in limbo at the minute, innit? They're just
bad food, bro. Bad food.
It's like
I'm already excited for next season. Fuck a week off. Get me back.
That's what I'm saying, and I think next season now you would you're always going to have some teams that are not going to do what they should do, and then you're going to have some teams that overachieve. So it's just going to be interesting to know whether City or Liverpool can fall off. I don't see it, by the way. I don't see it, but it'll be interesting to see if anybody else can infiltrate that second spot or first spot. I think Tottenham are going to be a force to be reckoned with next season. You know, Conte, someone put there that Conte is the third best manager in the league. And, you know, he's up there. Do you know what I mean? Definitely, you can't argue against that. If someone, you can't say that man's chatting rubbish. And he proved in January, brought in some key bodies for his system, for the way he wants to play. He gets a window now. It's gonna be, it's gonna be very interesting next season, man. So we look forward to that, boys. But as I said to everybody, man, thank you very much. I'm Semps, and this is everyone's a pundit. These were my pundits. Until next season.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Laters.